Hello, people. My name is Kale Boss. The only boss. Oh, wait, what is? Have you heard? Wait, do you know that Tap Tap Send is live in Texas? Oh, you didn't know? We went to New York. Now we are live in Texas. So people in Texas and around, all you have to do is to download Tap Tap Send. Yes, Tap Tap Send has become the most unique, secure, and fast way of sending money across the world to your loved ones anywhere. Okay, so download Tap Tap Send on Google Play Store or App Store, and when you're in Texas or around, you just have to put in the code TXGH. What did I say? TXGH, and you get $10 for your first transaction you make. Mahama media, Texas, you drew very soon we'll conquer everywhere. Download Tap Tap Send now on Google Play and App Store. Tap Tap Send, it's secure, convenient, easy, and fast.
Everybody check now. Check it, fa check it, fa check it, check it. The beat is real. Don't will make it kill ya. Get your green select glucometer and check it. Sugar level, check it, check it. Fa check it, check it. Fa check it, fa check it, check it, check it. Green select glucometer, check it. Fa check it, check it, check it. Push sugar level, fa check it, fa check it, check it, check it. Fa check it, fa check it, check it, check it. Green select glucometer. Everybody check now.
This advert has been vetted and approved by the FDA.
The whole of Ghana and beyond, Sammy Flex TV is where we find quality, good, and of course, we can say legit. We in your Banku Entertainment. We are legit. My name is MC Berima. I happen to be your favorite MC's MC, and this is Showbiz Daily, and I'm sitting in like I do always for Sammy Flex whilst he is in London, officially doing his international duty as a manager to Shatta Wale One Don. And we promised you that whatever is going to happen in London, we are going to feed you back and forth. How are you doing? Let me officially ask you, and of course, welcome you to this episode of Showbiz Daily. I have with me the finest blogger, one of the biggest, and I see him coming, rising like nobody's business. Kwesi Ama. Bra. Bibi Abokode. Bibi Adedi.
The only MC's MC. The MC's MC.
Mr. Kwesi Ama. This is the first time you share the see. Eddie Abobo said so, right?
Many do it. You know, Bonnie and
yeah, the Asadana Massam Flex near the man and coupon fest near the Massam Flex. Now you're the Maya fans. The fans of more bounty on the man. Or fans, I know what Nacee man.
Chemo, the whole chairman.
Chemo. Indeed, Solomon don't do one and yet Chemo. A partner say YouTube and I say anything considering IT, anything IT, technology, the numbers in the screen is or the fat nefre. Say, oh, Charlie, baby, say, next my dream. Me professor be na IT geek beer or beboame. Only we are what did you dim no friend no. Na bibi abeye fine. Chamo.
Yeah, very much.
Be ever got it.
Carry boko.
Endra, you meet me say Africa so banana whether no aye basa
yeah. Oh, sure.
I saw a video be like no, it was a picture somewhere around the toll booth and almost said demonstration soon.
Hey, Charlie. So this time the demonstration is in Kwan.
It is here there.
Oh well, let's see if it will have the impact that we are wishing for. Yeah. But Kaswa Road is really bad at this moment. After the release, it's really not cool. So if demonstration can let them do something about it, why not? We will be happy.
Okay, we'll be happy. Because blogging also, how is it going?
I'll see. I'm out on a course. Because it hasn't been easy. The journey there, and you better, but. You know
that nothing good comes easy, you know. And I like the fact that you are always pushing, especially yourself and then Kobe Josvan. You are always pushing, trying to enter into where the masses are not supposed to be, and as the bloggers are not supposed to be. And all I'm praying is, Charlie, guys out there, please let's try and support. Because see, of course, Kobe Josvan, they are the guys who are, you know, building, making sure say yeah, fast like I say, and so currency that the guitar rasta, he's handling cameras. He's handling cameras, and our face, Richie, the finest boy, Flex Honor, editor, and of course, the producer, Papa. Chamo Kabibino Oka demonstration, and it is fortunate today. Your conversation you're having, there's one in it. It revolves around Stonebwoy and of course the Deputy Director of Communication for the NPP. Ono a friend of Mr. Owusu Bempa, but ono the ane Ernest, enye Sofu Owusu Bempa, Ernest Owusu Bempa. And according to him, he's saying Stonebwoy ubehwemu krapo no. Ya kasi ya tax collectors in really fear or your artists own to your tax. Why? Because we're involving him to be a part of the Julobi House protest and as a demonstration of course. Why? Because he feels, and I think he's being paid to do that. There is a story cited on Ghana Web, and we want to go into it. And when we do that, Chamo, so I'll say you have the effrontery to protest, yet you don't pay taxes. This is Owusu Bempa attacks Stonebwoy, and like I'm saying, Owusu Bempa, not Ernest Owusu Bempa, the Deputy Director of Communications for the New Patriotic Party, has criticized Ghanaian musician Stonebwoy for his involvement in the recent Occupy Julobi House protest. According to him, of being paid to participate in the demonstration, they paid money to Al Jazeera. Is this a story that involves the majority of youth? How many youths were part of it? For us, let my vote count. When we were doing our demonstrations, we could mobilize over 500,000 people on the street. How many youths were there? And just look at the needed publicity that the media has gotten, to the extent that they have paid certain journalists that they want to be part of this, he added. Bempa went to highlight the issues of the tax evasion among some celebrities, implying that Stonebwoy was among those who not contributing their fair share to the government revenue. He added that today, certain celebrities don't even pay taxes. They run businesses, go on shows, and do other things. Let me just do other things. If you like, let the taxman go to Stonebwoy's house to show him his tax document. He will run. And these boys are the people who are going on the street. If he was living in America and he claimed he was a celebrity, the kind of taxes that he would pay, but he is in the country and he has gotten the effrontery because someone is pushing him behind the scenes to go out there. Also, Bempa added, accusing Stonebwoy of pushing someone else's agenda for monetary compensation. I think said man, they were and I mean starting free. Chemoso. Chabo.
Yeah.
This is what I will call him Honorable Ernest Owusu Bempa is saying around Stonebwoy, because he feels say Stonebwoy there onye obi anka no ho kire no. Onye obi a anka eso join this Julobi Occupy Julobi house. You know, he's not paying tax. First, yenhwe the tax now I'll come wasem no. And secondly, yenhwe, is it okay say celebrity to say obi to Stonebwoy will join such demonstration? And for the matter, or for the record that I know of, it wasn't just Stonebwoy I saw over there. Does that mean that all the artists, I mean the celebrities that showed up, they were also paid?
That's why you will obviously see it as a political talk, and he will only pick on those that he thinks people will pay attention if he mentioned them. But the whole thing that he said, there's no sense in it. Why am I saying that? Paying tax is the responsibility of the government. Government is the one who's supposed to force people to pay tax. Even Elon Musk and Jeff Bezos will not voluntarily pay tax. The richest man on earth, if you allow him. In fact, the story that we know is that he has even hired people to teach him how to avoid paying tax, because it's not illegal to avoid paying tax.
Okay.
So if you know the means to avoid it, you use it. The whole idea is that government is not taking tax because they want to develop the country. That's not it. We have agreed that government can take tax to develop the country, but they decide how they use it.
Okay.
You see, and again, it's not like we wanted to pay tax because they will use it for anything. In fact, they have decided to manage the nation or manage people in the nation, and we need them to some extent. And based on that, they force people to take money to take care of us. That's the idea of paying tax. Like military, for instance, we need protection as a nation, and we can't protect ourselves to the extent that we need. So we would need a group of people who will volunteer to protect us. That's the military, and there should be a way for us to pay them. That's why we take tax. So the tax will be used to pay the military. The same with the police. We need a police service because they make sure that there's law and order in the country. So we need to pay tax to take care of them. Again, the judiciary, we will go to court and order. The lawyers, the judges particularly, like
they need to be paid.
They need to be paid, and we need to take tax to pay them. But it goes beyond that. I mean, I'm trying to mention the essential service that we need tax to take care of them. Yes, and we have enough tax to take care of those things. But the government or whoever is in charge will want to take more and do other things. That's where the issue is. They take it and use it anyhow that they think is useful for us, and we know how politicians decide what is useful. They will only do it when it will benefit them at the long run. When people will vote for them, then they will do that thing. Apart from the essential services, the other things that they do, the motive is that they will get vote out of it. They will go and do a particular kind of road. It's not a commercial road. It's a resident to a leader's house, an MP or minister's house. They will do it nicely, but the road that will lead to market for commercial purpose, they don't do it. So people are not happy paying tax. They will rather use it in their own way. So if you allow people to decide whether they want to pay or not, most people will not pay, including me. If you allow me that, okay, if you like, come and pay. If you don't, I won't pay. I would rather, if the money that you are taking from me is big enough, I would rather personally look for a bodyguard or something and pay direct. Instead of giving it to you for you to go and maybe take care of your road at the near your house or your hometown or something like that. So you force people to take tax, and it's not only in Ghana, all over the world. If you don't force people, they won't pay. So sometimes I'm surprised that people will cite certain countries and say that those countries, if you don't pay, you go to prison. So what it means is that they are forcing people to pay. People will not voluntarily pay tax. And
they pay, and then the payment that they do, they
see something out of it. They force them. So it's a lazy approach for government, a member of the party like MPP will come out and say that somebody is not paying tax, it means you are not doing your job well.
Okay.
Because the person will not voluntarily come and pay. So if you can force the person to pay, it means you are not working. In fact, I'm even surprised that they are paying a person like that. You know, you shouldn't pay him. And again, connecting it to the Stonebwoy thing,
yeah.
I mean, it's ridiculous because he didn't even explain the kind of tax that Stonebwoy is not paying. And it's easy for you to accuse anybody of that. I can accuse him the same way that he's not paying tax. Then
let's see Stonebwoy.
Yeah.
Would you also say truly he doesn't?
Like how? Like what kind of tax? That's my problem here. Because if he goes for a show, that show they will pay tax. The organizer will pay tax. So if he wants him to pay income tax, like the direct tax coming from him, it's easy. Why should he come and say, I've made this much, how much should I pay? It's so easy. So it's ridiculous for somebody like that to come out and say, if you go to his house, he's not even paying tax and all. Do you know how much he makes? You don't even know. And you want him to pay tax. How much does he have to pay? Like, it's so ridiculous. I think we should throw it away. And it's not nice for people like that to do some of these things. We know that he is trying to appeal to certain group of people, but I think we should be wise and ignore some of this. It will not help anybody in the nation.
Okay, all right. Thank you very much, Samo, for the submission. There is this news to be about MCs, bloggers, and influencers. They are all going to pay taxes. And finally, I have one blogger, and I'm Miss Me MC was and funny enough, Shegela Bobo, MC Shegela Bobo. I saw an interaction on Hit FM where they asked him about this tax paying of this MCs and influencers, and the response that he gave was corporate, entities like that, when we go and then want to host, or when they call us for us to host something like that, they will tell you that, okay, we are charging this amount. We will tell them we are charging this amount. Before the money reaches you, like 17%, and they've drafted and they've done everything. That this tax is there, and they've deducted this. So which tax do we, the MCs, influencers, and the bloggers, which tax are we paying again, or are we supposed to pay again?
Yeah. So here's the thing: it's ridiculous to just come out and say pay tax. You should define the kind of tax that you want people to pay, so that we can speak to it. But if you generalize it, then it makes no sense. So I think they should rather come out and say it, the kind of tax that bloggers, influencers, or whoever is supposed to pay. Then let's see whether it makes sense or not.
Okay, all right. Thank you very much. That is Chamo. Let's move on to Kwesi Ama. Let's listen to what he also has as his submissions. Bruh.
MC.
Senior.
When I listened to the video, I was like, really? But then again, I wasn't surprised because of who or the personality involved. Okay. The person who was speaking. I've listened to him a couple of times concerning certain issues that I expected should have been addressed in a certain way that didn't go well. So I wasn't surprised. Now let's come to the task, which Google has it that a tax is a compulsory financial charge or some other type of levy imposed on a taxpayer by a governmental organization in order to collectively fund government spending, public expenditures as a way to regulate and reduce negative externalities. Now this is what tax means.
Okay.
A major question that everybody will be asking is that when I pay my tax, what is it being used for?
It's a big question.
Yes. In recent times, we've seen several protests, demonstration, even to make mention, just as you started with the show, that looking at the Kaswa stretch. Are you telling me that those on that stretch, or those that uses the Kaswa stretch to Kaswa and nearby, I mean, environs, they don't pay tax. But now, in a case where someone pays tax and then use that particular stretch each and every day, look at the stress they go through to get home, and the stress they go through to come back.
Yeah.
At the end of it, the person may decide whether or not to pay tax. And again, let me move on to what Chemo said.
Okay.
And then even when I read the meaning of tax, it was in it.
Yeah.
That it is a government organization that is supposed to regulate such thing, which is the tax. Now we have Ghana Revenue Authority.
Yeah.
Which is supposed to, I mean, regulate or collect these particular tasks.
Yeah.
You know, tax is not just like you pick your phone, okay, I decide to buy airtime for calls. That is your personal decision.
Yeah.
But when it comes to tax, when you are working, or whether or not you are working, there are certain means that you pay tax through. That we define as the direct and indirect tax. But in this particular case, I don't know which one Owusu Bempah was trying to say. Is it a direct tax? Is it an indirect tax? Let me say a little bit about the indirect tax. Almost every individual in the country pays tax. Almost every individual. I have these sheets here with me. Just yesterday, I have a phone that I'm using. When I went to buy it, I bought it from the store. An Android phone. I bought it from the store. I paid tax. Just yesterday, my screen got cracked. I had to take it to the office. That is a techno office.
Yeah.
Again, when I went to, purchase the screen, I still had to pay tax on it again. And this is it. You could clearly see the totaling, everything total to be 526. And then I'm paying a tax of 112 Ghana cedis. This is it. So I'm paying tax just for the screen.
I see.
I'm paying tax. So if Owusu Bempah should come and then say that artist A or B or certain individuals are not paying tax, I think he has to come again. But then to also go on a point that you see, sometimes it's funny that to say that Stonebwoy has been bought or they've paid the media or certain individuals to
demonstrations like that
to champion the agenda. You see, as a government or as a member of a government, if you want your government to succeed, sometimes when such criticisms come, you sit back, you analyze the situation, and then you find solution to them. You don't sit down and then whatever comes, you try to defend. If you do that, you are not helping your government. You are not helping, your leader. So Owusu Bempah, what I expected of him was at least sit back, analyze what the people were saying. Just move away from the Stonebwoy, the artist A, the artist B, these celebrities, but sit back. Even the placards that people were holding, reading expressions on them, were they true? Are the people suffering? Are the people happy about what is happening? Analyze all those situations. If they are where certain spaces or places that you need to amend and then correct your wrongs, you sit back, you speak with the exact institutions involved in certain sectors, then you amend it. You don't sit down when people protest, you come and then defend whether it is good or bad. So far as it is NPP or so far as it is my government in power, I need to defend it whatsoever may. No, it is not supposed to go like that.
I like that. I like this point. I like this point. All right, so that is Kwesi. Ama.
Yeah, I think when you were introducing the topic, you said something about whether it is right for them to join or not.
Yes.
I think it's their right, and I think it's in the right direction. If they think that what is happening, that's the way. No, not that they are affected. Me, I'm affected, but I won't go for the move. I think I will use different approach.
Okay.
But there are people who think that going for the move will help. And I think they have every right to do so. So it's in their right to do that. Sometimes you will be affected by, you think that will not be a good approach, or you also have your own approach. That's why I was really worried when people were attacking some people who are silent.
Yeah.
Those people, they have their way of dealing with some of these things. So you can't force them to do it the way you want to do it. And I think it's in their right to also do it the way they want to do it. But be careful not to attack those who are not doing it your way. Like they were insulting Socrate or Sammy, Kwame and Co.
Sorry.
For me, it wasn't a good thing. But yes, I think it's in their right to do this if they think that doing that will have an effect on what we are all looking for. Yeah.
All right. So thank you very much, Shemo and then Kwesi Ama, on this very first topic that we have done. And to you too, the comment section is reserved for you. Bring up your ideas, share your suggestions, anything that you think we should have added or deducted. Just bring it up board because we are here to learn. Let's move straight to our next story, which is also a little politically affiliated, where Socrate, Safo, and then of course Bullet had this back and forth banter giddy on United Showbiz, hosted by Miss G. And this is how the whole thing went. Let's go have a quick view of it. When we come back, we will discuss more.
BullGod will make unless you are a lazy friends and manager or you don't understand.
It's attacking your personality.
Knowing BullGod, who is a good manager, BullGod will make money because MPP has come up with something creative.
Okay, so let's take.
Can I continue?
Me pouch the thing we're speaking about questions na ebisa on who videos in pouch for now.
But you know, say December, come December,
he wants to respond
come December as we speak now. No, our December is not like the December we had some 10 years ago.
Okay,
you are aware that this December creatives,
BullGod artists,
yes, BullGod will make money. Last year, BullGod make a lot of money. You make a lot of money in Ghana, something you were not making some 10 years ago, because we have a visionary government in now, people who are thinking. And I thank you for some of the ideas. You gave some of the
let's
ideas.
Take your response.
Everybody in the arts is benefiting today.
Yes, Bull, speak.
Okay, I want to say this in just 60 seconds. Socrate, you are a fool.
Oh. No.
Don't tell me what to say.
No.
You are a fool. Me kasa me come up and I'm kasa.
No.
Allow.
Yes.
You said I should allow him.
Yes.
Don't worry.
Okay. Are you Socrate's defender?
Because I'm the one sitting here. I don't allow you to.
This one, the man is. I know he's here.
Okay,
so I know how I handle him.
He said I should allow him.
He's a sick man. So
you are a fool.
Yeah, he will talk like this.
You are a fool. You know why you are a fool? The political party that you serve, the leader of that political party, Waman Nsaso, Onukra give it up, and you are here defending what?
I say a new leader will take us out of the mess. You are come to seek us. What you?
And you are both cut your brain.
You said I should allow him.
Yes.
What? Let me officially correct what I said earlier on. I first mentioned Bullet. Fachame, baby on Amnedia. I'm talking about BullGod. Bulldog now BullGod. And this is what happened over there. I want us to switch away from the political, thing, because we've done a lot on that side. Let's look at the composure, the way and manner, the approach these pundits are doing and insulting themselves on set. I feel it is too intense. I feel it is too harsh for words like that to be used on set. Chamo, what do you think on that?
Yeah, I agree with you. I think the words like that it shouldn't be allowed on prime time television.
Yeah.
I mean, and UTV, they have a lot of audience, so talking like that is not good for me. But I think I'll blame the host.
Miss G?
Yes.
Okay.
I'll blame the host, and it's simple. I mean, the guy, if you allow him to talk the way he wants to talk, he will say more than you will be happy about, or some audience will be offended by the way he speaks. So as the host, you just have to say that you don't need that on your platform. Or you, for the moderation that you are doing, you don't want people to talk like that. You know, he said that you said I should allow him. No, at this point you don't listen to the other guests who may also do same.
And what happens?
Yeah.
He also
yes, that's the point. So if he says, "Oh, allow him," then you allow him. When he also starts doing that thing, will you allow him or not? So I think Miss G got it wrong. Miss G got it wrong. And with BullGod, I mean, sometimes some issue will let you speak in a way that later you will feel that, oh, I shouldn't have gone that direction, or this is not cool for me. So it can happen. Just that it's not good to do those things, and sometimes at the end of the day you may even have to apologize and all that. But the whole thing for me went wrong because the host couldn't decide for herself. I think she should have said, even if he says that it's okay for him, me, it's not okay for me. I don't want you to do this on the platform that I am the one in charge. I think that's how it's supposed to be. So for her to say that, oh, you said it's okay, so he should go on. I mean, that was a wrong thing to say. Even if you don't like the way the person is talking, I think there's a diplomatic way to address issues, even if you want to insult the person. But for you to go direct and do that, a lot of people are watching, and you are not doing the show for yourself. You are doing the show for the audience out there who are watching you. So the moderator or the hostess, in this case, Miss G, she was supposed to say that, hey, yes, you can talk to him when we are off air or when we are not on air, but on air I am the one in charge, and I will not allow something like this. So I think Miss G got it wrong. Okay, and looking at Socrate and of course BullGod, this is not the first time I'm saying this on national television. Would you say that there's some kind of personal issues they have, or like it is the familiarity that is how come they? For them, I think it's not a big deal. I mean, yeah, somebody can insult you, but you won't take it the way some people outside will see it. Me, I tell people that sometimes when you are insulting somebody or someone is insulting somebody, look at the person's reaction before you react. Okay. I've seen it many times. Or when they say something against somebody, you are outside and you are so mad, even more than the person receiving the insult. You have to take it cool. That's why I'm saying that Miss G, she was supposed to say that I will not allow this on my platform because of the people watching. Not because he's insulting you and I feel bad for you. No. The person think it's okay. I mean, this one, it will not get me. And yes, me, I will agree with Socrate or whoever. If they are not so, if it's not anything, they won't take it serious. They won't take it serious. But the person outside should not be fighting the fight for Socrate Safo. Okay. My point is that Miss G got it wrong because she didn't stop it. Because there are people outside who will not be cool just hearing something like that. But for them, I think they have a relationship that if you say something like that, it's not a big deal. That's why it's okay to say, oh, allow him to go. Yeah. Okay, all right, sure. Let's listen to Kwesiama. I remember Sammy Flex on xylophone also gave Patapa the opportunity, and you know he also gave it to Sako there woto some time back. And this same, I feel this is the same. You know, would you say? Okay, I don't want to. He got it wrong. Yeah, he also got it wrong at that point. Of course. He also got it wrong. Yes. You don't know what the person will say. And you want them to say what they have to say. So sometimes you get it wrong by just allowing them to speak. Okay. Especially when it's about insult. Okay. In fact, I'm not saying you can't insult people, you do, but there is a better way to do it. So that you don't offend others who are watching or listening to you. That's the thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you, Chamo. Kwesi, also submission on there.
Okay. MC Berman, thank you once again.
Yeah.
You see, one thing we all have to know, or we all have to learn, is that in every program, or with every program, it has a mission and a vision. And one of the mission is to educate. One of the mission is to educate. Now, using this particular case as an example,
BullGod, yeah, sorry. Bullet and I am an it's Bulldog and Bullet. Yes, sir.
BullGod.
Yeah.
We all know, I mean, he's outspoken, especially when it comes to topics that are affiliated with partisan politics. More especially the NDC and PP, things are right, things are not right. We know he's outspoken. But I think sometimes he has to know how to present certain issues or present his cases. You see, it would be so sad if Socrate is my father or brother.
Good.
Then I hear someone insult him on a national television. And then we know United Showbiz is a huge program that thousands of people watch. To hear someone insult my father, though Socrate might be cool, but as Temo said, people behind the scenes may not take it lightly.
Yeah.
Now let me move on to Miss G. For Miss G to allow said that Osiminjano, that was wrong. Okay. That is why you are the moderator of the show. Whatever is happening there, you are moderating it. So at the point when even Bulldog used that strong word that you are
a fool,
yes, that was the point Miss G had to call for an apology. Like he had to even demand an apology for Socrate. It doesn't matter whether they have it. I mean, they have that kind of insulting themselves backstage or not. We are on TV, we are on set. So Miss G had to call for an apology for Socrates. Now let me still go, still on Miss G issue. Sometimes these programs, I pray and I hope that the producers need to also help the hosts. That is why every host has a talkback which producers at the MCR communicates with them. So even if Miss G saw nothing wrong with it, I expected producers at the MCR to quickly communicate with Miss G that no, demand an apology for Socrates. But if production crew or the producers keep mute, leaving everything for the host, sometimes they get confused when they are on set. They don't know which one is right or wrong. Not all the time though, it comes sometimes. So I think the production team, not only for United Showbiz but all other shows, production teams should at least up their game to support the host in such situations. I think it was later that they got to realize, and I want to believe it was even a call from above, because they went for a quick break. Like they went for a break after he said, "Oh, Osiminjano." Still, Bulldog was still saying what he stands on. So they went for a break. So I want to believe it was even a call from above, not from the production crew,
because the heat was becoming unbearable.
So I think producers should try and then help the host in situations like this. But then Bulldog should also know how to use certain words and then how to present certain issues at some point in time.
Okay. All right. Thank you very much, Kwesiama, on this one too. Same way, this very topic, this is where we draw down curtains to this very topic. So please be a part of it and do your good thing that you've been doing there. The comment section is reserved for you. Comment on it same way. Now the next question I want to ask is, if you want to drop a song, or if you want to drop let's say your art, do you have to wait for someone who already has done his or hers to get the waves, get the attention before you also do that? This is the case between PSA Esther and of course Joyce Blessing. PSA Esther just released the song titled Mo. Already Joyce Blessing had done hers, which is Victory, and these two songs are all doing marvelously well in the space. Now there are fingers pointing at PSA Esther that why didn't she wait or take her time for, you know, Joyce Blessing's Victory make wave, or, you know, get the whole thing before she also did hers. So let's go watch this video. When we come back, we will discuss more around this.
Me boise release me stress ye nyina yemfa akomapa PSA me nipa bia me nu ye kosoro enye me hi me boa me nu amanyotufo nyina se me support me nu bia me dia akomapa isanse de bia me ka se Awurade hira me nu ya me bompa ya ka kire Awurade se enhira wo de hira me nu Awurade hira me nsusu me bi. Yes. Enti obi enkoso enye mahi ba kokra. It's rather unfortunate. Say akobane sa.
Men ka me be bisa o PSA wanya aba ha.
Yes na.
Me enye won to say de yenim ne ekoso ata say. Social media no. Say yenyina ya busuafo o nto obi kan asama uni obi be ka kire wa na obeti. Me on social media say. Yes no san ka o twen na Joyce Blessing nyom no. E bo kakra me nim hawa. Say no be business ayo obi schedule. Sa no san ka o twen na Joyce Blessing nyom no e kostro kakra nsana odi mo aba. Ayom say wo de aba ntem dodo. That social media.
Na no krepa nti e na mesre agidifo nyina se. Ye nuafo e na ye adwuma baako e de ahye Kristo ni monyam. Nti ma entitimu e ma onua ene onua ntem. Na PSA madwene a me de release me nwom ne de trust me. Afa kwa no matwema dwan ba so se. Na wo sen ka me twen. Minim bibia sa. Trust me. Me brand atwam dada that one cause am the release ne kura apa ho enti e ba se niam ne nya ready sa me di mirika enti man shada madwene anko bibia so se e wo se wo twen
na me mane ha ma me sampan for me pam chowo enwom ba hit ya e fa say wo de mirika sin
na me tias you the ojo schedule e bia
na me
be also ma me schedule na be she because me tias me who was social media no I think be commenting and Uncle Fred be also be commenting. I say, me who say me who hear me say who brought schedule. It's a bit more schedule be a for mine. Na for my artist no. Then can but because last year PSA releasing in you.
Me crack me be analysis o. And yes I think nipa ni mu ye Ghana for nyan bo nipa me be watching.
En na make no.
Ai kwa ho yam na nya shine wi. En na Nacee aseda na ba. En yes na me kan dia na me be bra. Ne me fan share chiri because Ghana for nyina ya obon.
Last year PSA release YB. Celestine release final C. And oh yeah, who the go around.
The final.
Aside that no, enu me enu nyina ko e.
Yes.
Na kofu tie wu, na kofu tie YME. Aside that other people release Joe release Kadosh. Na eko. Emoji release Mala. Na eko. Oh, it is space no eso. And we need a lot of these gospel songs as Christians to edify ourselves. And you say because it's money we are, you're going. I want to say it's another gospel song. So it's good that we have all of these.
Okay, so this is what is going on, and sometimes I'm teaching me business. I say, I like the questioner, the man in the video, no?
Yeah.
I mean, in the audio, not in the voice now. Because I say, who does the scheduling? The you know, I don't know. I need right now. Taboo.
Yeah.
This conversation.
Yeah.
Do you have to wait for your song to make? I mean, someone's song to make wave a little bit.
How do you even decide that this is making wave? So now I can post.
And PSA also admitted that she's sorry.
Oh no, yes, because we know how gospel or Christians supposed to behave. She was just playing the role of a Christian who want to be seen as humble, who want to be seen as she's not into compete, or she's not into destroy anybody. So she was just playing her role as a Christian, and how people want them to behave. That's it. But for them to, I mean, I've been thinking, whoever brought this thing up, I think that person is not thinking. Whoever started it, I mean,
the agenda of
it started on TikTok. The agenda started on TikTok.
Those who started this, they were not thinking. The point is, how do we decide the time that the song has gotten enough publicity so that other person can also release the song? And that day, it was not only PSA Esther who released the song. You can check. A lot of other musicians also did it. So why are you particular about PSA Esther? What is the point in that? And again, how do you decide a hit song? How can you say that if PSA Esther's song come out, that's the end of Joyce Blessing's song? I mean, we Nacee you are like,
what kind of sing?
I don't like, I can't even think about it in a logical way. I'm trying to find a nice way and say that okay, maybe they have a point, but me not one point that I think okay, this is strong enough to back them, because in this scene, like the music scene or even gospel scenes, you can't decide what is even a hit song. So if the Joyce Blessing song will be a hit song, nobody can release a song to just take it down, or it will not come again or whatever. Like, I don't see the sense in it, or they don't know how the hit songs are made. Nobody can decide that. So if that song is a hit song, it's a hit song, and it will take the space. So what is your problem that someone else is also releasing a song? And if that person's song is a hit song, or that person's song will overtake the other song, she can wait for 1 year. She will still come and overtake you. So what is it? Those people who are saying that, they are rather the problem. Because if they think that Joyce Blessing song is the best one, why should they even listen to the new one coming?
The mono.
You are the people who are rather pushing that song out for the new one. It's not the musician, because she can't decide. She can't force you to listen to any song. She's just releasing her song. So if you don't like it, you don't like it. You can still listen to Joyce Blessing song, which was released earlier. So if you are complaining that you have released yours so that song will go down, it's you, the person complaining, who will make it go down. It means that you will listen to the...
draw attention, our minds on the new one.
Yeah. You are the one rather pushing the new one and pushing the old one out. You are rather bringing the new one and pushing the old one out. So those who are saying that, they are rather doing the damage to the old song that they wish it will stay in the system for long. Because no one decide what people listens to. So you can just put your song in there, do whatever marketing that you have to do, and hope that people will love it. So if people don't love your song, you can't do anything. So if people don't love the first song, or if people like the first song, that is it. Nobody can push it anywhere. Hit songs are hit songs. You can't do anything about it. So for you to say that the new song will overshadow the old song, you are admitting that the new song is far better than the old song. And you are the one saying it, not the person who released the song. It has nothing to do with the musician. It has everything to do with those who are listening to the song. And for those who are complaining, I think they are doing more damage than even helping if they want to help anyway. The old person and her song. I think it's so wrong that I can't even think of one positive thing for it.
Okay, all right. So, Kusiyama, if you think, say, if you start with Chemo, what Chemo is saying now, why would then PSA Esther come and then apologize and be like, she tried releasing the song long ago, but just that due to one or two things, she had to relax a little bit. Now she has released it, and she didn't even notice that there was going to be something like Joyce Blessing's victory and has, you know, topping something like that?
I think it is a place where, or it is something that even PCS even got it wrong. As at this time, we have moved away from then times we are just doing gospel. We are doing business. We are doing show business. So for her to even admit that she planned of releasing it some months ago, she didn't know. Like as Chemo said, she is trying to play the role of, I mean, a good Christian who is also, I mean, considering her sister, and then something. It just doesn't make sense.
She shouldn't have.
She shouldn't even have in the first place admitted that you have made your schedules that you are releasing it months ago. It didn't come true. This is the time you are releasing it. You release it. That is it. People will talk about it. But for you to come and admit that blah blah blah, trying to play the good, I mean the good mother or the good Christian advocacy.
The mindset that
it doesn't. To me, it doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. Okay. And then you see, this particular thing that we are talking about, that this person has released a song, so we have to wait for people to enjoy, for people to jump to it before another releases. It doesn't make sense. Just put in the content. Let the content be a very good content. It doesn't matter when you release it. It doesn't matter where you release it. It will still gather momentum. Just let's use this example. How do you call it? The recent song that is a trend is Cobra.
Cobra.
7 months ago.
8 months ago, the song is so you see, that is how it is. Just like when you turn on your TV stations at exactly 6 p.m. or 6 a.m., almost all the TV channels are broadcasting news, but you decide where you want to watch.
Exactly.
It's the same way other people decide where they want to watch or which particular channel they want to tune in. So that is how it is. The gospel, I mean, songs or the gospel fraternity should understand that what they are doing is business, and then shy away from is PCS start trying to say that she's going to, if she had known, she will sit back and then wait for Joyce Blessing's song to make wave. When is it going to end? When is it going to end? Who determines what? Just do your business. Other people do their business. At the end of it all, if it is a good content, Ghanaians will buy into it. But again, I like how this conversation is going, because in a way, it is still promoting those two songs. Parties, so I think it is good.
Okay, all right. Thank you very much, Ernest. Kwesi on this one, and same with Chemo. We want to do our last and final topic, and which we are still hovering around the gospel fraternity, where Nacee on Atu with Abeku Santana, my greatest boss. And Nacee made mention of few things. He said we shouldn't call him an artist, a gospel artist. We should call him a musician. Why did he say that? And apart from that, he said that the gospel gospel songs, they fetch more than the secular artists. Why did he say that? The fetch, what did he mean? Let's go watch this video. When we come back, we'll do more.
Gospel artists are now secular artists are now we both. You were struggling to tell gospel artists are now secular artists are now we both. You were struggling to tell us the kind of artist you are. I didn't hear.
I prefer to frame a musician than to call me gospel artist and as a secular artist, because you heard David. Then there was nothing like a gospel artist.
Bible David.
Yes.
He's not then the church said no gospel artist.
There was nothing like that. Yeah,
but sir, Uka say we jai kweku ninja you should nature say one kasa in your subconscious mind sa kweku ninja dino emfata nyuma
no black ninja
black ninja make kai the lead kweku ninja we jai black ninja nature say idin black ninja no kra na emfata sa wo ye.
It's not because emfata I won't say you see chance in be ani nimbu aso Into opese baby, I want to catch us a babe now. Me share say me de me hu wura me hwɛ sɛ ne ɔmusu Christo su
gospel artist
no
because what they want me from
I'm not angry say what friend me gospel I say me gospel artist and even I always say for now no for send for better as say no yes be a gospel artist on what there no but to other people no ehun say Nacee eye bibia
eno na make say eye sika 70 na man Nacee on to mean ka so a gospel artist ana say or a secular artist eno ti na only guru ekobo boys
mamenka say me show say sika sem say ba sika sem pa say bia ewo nyum ewo Ghana ha say ya anka bia anka me free Ghana
no me patch say wo beje ha wo beje secular no wasan je gospel
no I say unim sa what to gospel and I say me fan say what to asorinyum ana enyum counseling music ahom abeku e fetch more money than say auto we as enyum.
Really?
I'm telling you.
I can't believe this.
Okay, let me tell you this.
How?
Let me can't show.
Gospel artists in Ghana have more money than Stonebwoy, fetch more money than Socrate, Shata, Black Cherry, Keep Promise. What's that?
Okay, I beg.
What two gospel I beg yes, can change and go forward.
I make us some chill.
The gospel artists are shabupa.
I make us some chill. Say, kase fetch more money. More money no enye paper na ya printing.
Okay.
Nkwa. Accra.
Souls.
The souls are the songs na touch your mood and the people are like to say when they see you the way obi all call how mu na wonyom etumi asesa na fisa osunum ne osha
eno na hu ni say scan
what you see and you see abekuhwe when you meet people and then a man for extra how wonyom enya
gospel artists and na secular artists and na we both.
Okay, so this is it. Only explanation for fetching more than the secular artists. This is what he meant. Apart from the cash, the souls, winning the souls. Chamo,
yeah.
Any explanation here?
Oh, Charlie. Like I can see, it's really, really difficult to be a Christian.
Like that.
Because it's like.
You feel
you have to yes, you have to think in a certain way, you have to behave in a certain way that you want to be seen as the good one, the one who will go to heaven tomorrow, kind of. And I think it's really, really disturbing them. And I'm not surprised that he's saying that he doesn't want the gospel artist tag. Instead of saying that he's an artist or a musician. Yes, I think it's because of some of these things. Because it's difficult to say certain things in a certain way. If we have that brand as a gospel artist. Okay. Yes, I think it is really disturbing them as gospel musicians. But you say I kind of agreed with him when he said it fetch more. But I thought he was going to elaborate and say that it's easy to make money as a gospel musician than a secular artist. Yeah. It's easy to make money than but secular artists make more money than gospel artists based on even what we see. That's what it is. But why am I saying it is easy to make money? They can go to any church at any time and that day they will get money. And I doubt any secular artist can go to any event and make money just going there. It won't happen like that. But for a gospel artist as we know them, they can get an invite to a church. At the end of the day, the church will do offertory or they will do special appeal for fans or whatever, and give them money. So you can easily make money as a gospel musician. Just doing what they call ministration, going from church to church and taking money. Just that they don't take huge money. So it's easy to make money, but they don't make as much as Shatawale, Stonebwoy, or Socrate will make. I thought he was going that direction. After saying that it fetches more, then he will explain that you can go to a church, the church will bless you, the pastor will bless you. That's how they put it. The pastor will bless you and all that. So you'll be making some money there, just that it's not as big as the secular musician make. And I agree with him. If he wants to be called musician instead of gospel musician, yes, if you do that, you limit his abilities. You know, for Nacee, we know what he can do. He has come out with a lot of songs and even back a lot of secular music. And I think boxing him in that gospel box is really affecting him, and he wished that he will have a way out. But he has established himself in the gospel so much that it is also difficult to take him out of there. So he should just deal with it, because fortunately or unfortunately, his prowess has exhibited more in the gospel fraternity, and he can't do much about it. He should just take it like that. But his statement and the way he explained it, I was really disappointed.
Okay, all right. A quick one there. Let's move straight to NS. I'm already in the short. Bruh, also so the NS saying?
Nacee doesn't want to be called a gospel artist, which I kind of agree with him. Because Chemo just made mention of it. When you are being called or you are labeled as a gospel artist, there are certain things you would want to do, but because you have been boxed in that particular cage, you don't feel free to do them. But when you say gospel, which in Greek word means good news, there are other secular artists who are also doing gospel, but then we still call them musicians. I think that is what Nacee wants to be called, or wants people to know him for, instead of calling him a gospel artist. Again, coming to where he made mention of the fetch. For me, I was even thinking that I was going to say like what they invest and then the outcome. I mean, financial side of it, that it fetches so much. Until I got to hear that it fetches so. Well, that's that may not be wrong. Yes, that may not be wrong. According to maybe what the testimonies he has had, or what people do tell him about. It fetches so much souls. But then at the end of it, you won't go to a studio to record with a soul.
But the souls, when the souls to come, definitely the cash follows.
But okay, now if you want to go on that tangent, that it fetches more than secular music based on winning souls, there are other secular artists who also have similar encounters with other individuals. So they have how do I say? They have testimonies. Recently we saw a video of Famiye's fan who told him, or was telling him so many things, what his music does for him, how the music inspires him. So if we should go on that tangent, then I think I wouldn't agree with Nacee saying that gospel fetches more than the secular, because maybe it is the gospel one that we are hearing or you are seeing, but when we make mention of secular music, it is healing a lot of people that we don't know.
That's true.
We have the Kojokin case.
Kojokin's case like this.
I listened to someone on TV who was giving a testimony about how Kojokin's song has helped to, reshape how he used to think, or whatever actions she wanted to take because of the song. She changed everything. So this is a secular artist that we are terming as, but look at the impact it has had. So if Nacee says he wants to be termed as a musician, that's fine. But then to say gospel musicians or gospel songs fetch more than secular music, for me personally, I don't think that is a fact.
Okay, all right. Thank you very much, Kwesi, Ama, and of course Chemo. They've done so much, and of course to you too for being a part of the show. This is where we would want to
the gospel musicians. they get more blessings.
And they get more blessings.
Yeah.
You see, when you were making mention of they go to churches and then they'll give them something.
Yeah.
But we are here, Chemo. At the end of it, they come back and then tell us that, oh, they say God bless you.
Oh, but they give them transportation.
Okay.
The God bless you is because it's not big enough. I mean, I've been working with one gospel musician. They don't charge much, but they get a lot of people calling them. That's where they.
Sometimes they feel like it's okay to receive the blessings from God.
So they take anything that they give them.
Yeah.
Then they will come back and complain. Like they will give them, oh, you are going. They will ask. They don't charge. So after the show, they will say, oh, God bless you. Take this for transport. Then they will give them, let's say, 2,000.
This our current artists. I mean, gospel artists. They charge.
Those who charge, they don't normally get the pastors calling them.
They get
some.
Dinah Hamilton.
How many shows do you see them?
Or maybe Chemo, we have no hearing. They go for shows.
They do their own shows. That's one thing.
Okay.
And then sometimes the pastors invite them to their churches. The pastors invite them to their churches. When the pastor invites you to their church, they don't charge them. The pastor will decide what to give you after the ceremony.
Doing it for God.
Don't you think we should be moving away from that perspective?
Yeah, of course. But it's a Christian thing. Me, I'm behind the scene. I'm behind the scene coaching somebody to say. But the thing is, I can't force them, and I should use their language sometimes. So sometimes I will say, do the administration for God, but let the manager also do the business. So then I'll tell the manager, Charlie, this one charge you or something like that. So you have to find a way to change even the way they think about it.
Yeah.
That's the thing. So that's what they've been doing, and some of us are pushing for them to do things right.
So, sorry, hold on. Now I say be a gospel artist. Now you invite your ma. Yeah, they feel so like now I say be a medusia. The pastors feel like say, oh, adia oya ma nyamena wo be Jimmy Sikane and all stuff like that. All right, so brothers and sisters, I think we will thank you for this very opportunity. I mean, this very moment you shared with us, and the comment section, like I said earlier on, it is reserved for you. If this happens to be the first time I will joining in platform is Sammy Flex TV, please do well to subscribe and of course like the notification. I mean, hit on the like button. Same way the notification bell. Say anytime you upload via, you'll be the first person to receive and then enjoy Sammy Flex TV. We have a lot of content for you, so stick and stay connected. Let's say thank you to Solomon and team Dodu, Chemo, IT gig, IT specialist, YouTuber, and of course to Kwesi Ama, one of the biggest. Just look out for him, blogger Oba Sisiano. And then, of course, to Sammy Flex for giving us this opportunity, and to you two for being a part of the show. Let's say thank you to Currency the Guitar Rasta as well, and of course, Richie the Finest Boy Flex being our editor, our producer. Until we meet again, it is peace and we are out.